Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's the first week of July, so let's break down what's going on in the summer real estate market here in Vancouver and the Fraser Valley. Like I said, summer market's here. We're into July. Summer market full-fledged upon us. Inventory right now is basically at an overflow. We have seen tons and tons of houses hit the market. Staging right now is very important. One more thing to make your home stand out. We do offer great staging consults and staging packages for all of our listings. So if you're curious about that, feel free to hit me up in that regard. You also want to be prepping for your sale. Decluttering is very big. We've seen sellers who have had chances to do this. We've seen sellers who have not. And this makes a huge difference because your house right now has to stand out. Like I said, there's tons and tons of inventory in the market. So anything that you can do to make your home stand out amongst the rest is going to pay huge dividends. So your house has to stand out. You got to prep for the sale, declutter it, remove and depersonalize as many items as you can. And the number one thing we can do is pricing appropriately. Has to be sharp, the price. I know nobody ever wants to leave money on the table from the selling perspective, but we have to price your home at market value and then do all of these things like staging, decluttering, to make it really stand out, to generate the maximum amount of buyer traction and eyes and getting footsteps through your house to improve your sale price and to get the most eyes on your listing. Right now, the best listings are ones that are price sharp. They're generating lots of buzz. We are still seeing busy open houses, but if you're overpriced on the listing, it is sitting, for the lack of better terms. I wouldn't say they're going stale necessarily, but lots of listings are sitting. We've seen days on market increase. We're not seeing necessarily a pricing drop, but we're certainly not seeing prices skyrocket like we have in the past. So staying fairly steady on that front. Homes slightly overpriced are still sitting, so price sharp and you're in the driver's seat. We have still seen multiple offers come in on homes. It's few and far between, but we still have seen it, and it's all for homes that are price sharp, that have staged, decluttered, everything's looking good. People come through and people want to buy it. We have had sellers getting frustrated, mostly over pricing, and that's really just because there's so many choices for buyers right now. Lots of opportunity for first-time home buyers, tons of incentives we've been seeing. We've been shopping around with a few clients looking for condos, townhouses, even detached properties. You've got your choice of multiple units in the same building are for sale. If one seller's not being flexible, they're not willing to go negotiate, we have seen people just go right next door to the other listing and to see if those sellers are willing to negotiate to their terms, dates, whatever they may need. So buyers right now are getting a choice of their type of unit and their type of floor plan. Right now, for our buyers, they're having a great time. Buying is fun. Selling is a little bit harder with our strategy and our marketing. We have seen it a little bit better results than most folks, but selling right now is very difficult. Like I said, inventory overflow, tons of listings sitting. I'm sure every time you leave your house, you're seeing more and more for sale signs in your neighborhood. Lots of areas across Metro Vancouver and the Fraser Valley have moved into buyers markets, especially just in certain pockets of town or certain price points. Surrey, Delta, Langley, Maple Ridge, Abbotsford, Vancouver, Port Moody all have certain pockets of buyer markets, which is great for buyers. If you're a seller in that area, again, just re-emphasizes that we have to price it sharp. We can't be leaving money on the table. Like I said, buying is fun though right now. Still seeing not much action, not seeing a ton of action on listings over $2 million. Just really difficult for people to afford those properties. I think right now in Langley and Surrey, we've only seen a handful of properties priced over $2 million sell. I think there's about 60, 70 listings in the market and only a handful of those are selling. Entry-level stuff, as per usual, moving much quicker. Not crazy, but it's just a little bit easier for first-time buyers. Incentives that the government's setting out make it a little bit more affordable for people to buy properties priced, condos for $400,000 to $500,000, townhouses from $600,000 and $700,000, $700,000, neighborhood, and detached homes, in the $1 million neighborhood. We're seeing those moving much quicker than luxury products right now. Not to say luxury isn't selling at all, but entry-level stuff selling much quicker. We've also been getting lots of pre-sale inquiries lately. Lots of new developments coming out. Developers are making their units attractive. They're trying to offer incentives, competitive pricing. So that could be a great option. Depending on your scenario, it could be a great option. Gives you a little bit of time in the market as well to decide what you want to do and park your money with a developer. Moving on to interest rates, last announcement we had a rate cut, which was great news. Nothing crazy. It was only a quarter point, but it was still something. The next announcement is at the end of July. I think it's the 24th. All signs right now are pointing to rates should come down or holding steady. There's no crystal ball, but I would be quite surprised to see the rates go up now. I did hear the other day that over half of all mortgages across Canada are up for renewal in the next 24 months. So if you're like half Canadians, you will have to refinance or renew. So if you have questions about that, we can certainly connect you with a mortgage professional. But I think that the government is going to try and do what they can to make it a little bit more affordable for people, but we have to see those numbers align before they can cut rates. Forecasts show prime rate should come down to about 5%, and it's currently close to 7%. It's going to take time, but in theory, this should be coming down the pipe. So stay in there, stay tough, and we will see you in August. Take care, everybody.